Imagine being on a scene of a crash and someone is severely bleeding. Will you know what to do? I hope after listening to my speech you will. Today we'll talk about what is Stop the Bleed and some important information you need to know before you even consider stopping a bleed. Step by step of what to do and the benefits of stopping a bleed. So you might be asking yourself, what is Stop the Bleed? Stop the Bleed is a medical program designed to educate people on how to control a major bleed and how to save someone's life. Now, some of the materials you need according to American Red Cross is gauze, a tourniquet, gloves, and maybe scissors. Now, you might be asking yourself, what happens if I don't have any of these things in my car or anything? Well, in replace of a tourniquet, you can use shoelaces, sweatshirt strings, and a bandana. Some other things you can use for gauze is napkins, a t-shirt, and tissues. But another thing you need to know about a tourniquet, also according to Red Cross, is you'll never use a tourniquet on your back, your abdomen, your face, your neck, anything like that. You'll only use it on the limbs, which are your legs, your arms, and stuff like that. Now that we have a background of what Stop the Bleed is, we're going to talk about how to do it. So first, you're going to need gloves to prevent yourself from infection and whatever infection you might have that you don't know. Now, you also need gauze, but like I said, if you don't have gauze, you can use tissues, a t-shirt, even though that's not the most sanitary option, but at that point, we're not really worried about sanitary options because when they get to the hospital, they can give medicine for that. When packing a wound, on a lot of the gauzes, you'll see this blue line, and that is because with a major bleed, the gauze you can't see all the time because it's soaked in blood. Now this part, whenever they're at the hospital and they're in the process of taking it out, so they can see where the gauze is and how much there is in there. When packing a wound, you're going to take just little bits at a time, and you're going to pack it until the wound is all full. And you want to pack on the outsides and on the insides. Now, you never want to pack into someone's pant leg, clothes, anything like that. You want to cut them off or rip them off because you're not doing anything if you're just packing into their clothes. You're not saving their life, you're just doing it randomly. So you're going to pack it until you can't pack anymore, and then you're going to take 2 hands and apply pressure until paramedics arrive. Now, say for example, gauze doesn't work, you're going to use something called a tourniquet, which they're not going to like you for because it hurts really bad. You're going to take it and you're going to strap it around, say for example it's on their leg, and you use gauze, you're going to strap it above the wound, and then you're going to take it and you're going to cinch this part as tight as possible. You're going to undo this part where it says time, which is where your rod's going to go, and you're going to twist this part as tight as you can, and this is the part where they're going to tell you that take it off because their wound hurts, but this is saving their life. And once you can't turn it anymore, you're going to hook it in this metal or this plastic thing, and then you're going to put this part that says time over it, and you're going to write the time, so whenever paramedics get there, they know what time you put it on, and you never remove a tourniquet, no matter if they're screaming at you, trying to hit you, like whatever. The tourniquet stays on always until they get to the hospital. Now, if you have a shoelace, it works a little bit different, but it's still something to stop a bleed. And also never unpack gauze, because that is what paramedics will do. Now that we know how to stop a bleed, we're going to talk about the benefits. Some of the benefits are you're saving someone's life, and you're stopping them from further injuries. And when paramedics arrive, you're saving them time on scene so they can quickly get them to the hospital instead of spending time assessing the situation. Now that we have learned on what to stop the bleed and important information, how to stop a bleed, and some of the benefits, I hope you now know how to stop a bleed, and if you do ever come up to a crash and someone's severely bleeding, don't be afraid. Go and step in and help. Thank you.